Hi, my name's Neil. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me. I'm a 45-year-old skateboarder, been riding again for 5 years after taking a 25-year break, and I've been filming the whole thing since I started again on this YouTube channel. Today's video is an unboxing and a first look at a new pair of shoes, and I'll go through my reasonings for buying the shoes at the end, but if you're here just to see the unboxing and take a look at the shoes, I'll get on with that first. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we go. Here's the box. It's just arrived. I haven't seen the shoes yet, so this is like a reaction video. I don't do reaction videos, but I thought I'd save it until I'm actually opening it and seeing it for the first time, just to get a honest first impression. So this is the outer box. They are, of course, Nike Ishod Max. Can't even remember what they're called. I'll check out the label once I get inside. Let's open it up and see. So this is the outer box. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Right, so we have the Nike SB purple box, and that's pretty standard now with Nike SBs, which is good. So I'm going to crack them open and take a first look. I'll actually give you the first look as I open them, so I haven't seen them yet still. So there we go. Let's see. So I went for the, I think they're called Varsity Red and White. There's a dark blue and white as well, but I quite like red, so I went for those. So I'll take the first one out and just take a look myself. Nice. Okay. So first impressions. All right, they've got the Wairmax air bubble there. They seem to have very high kind of midsole, so you know the outer sole goes very high up the side of the shoe, so there's a lot of protection there if you wear through the sides of your shoes. It's got like a herringbone, it's like a wavy herringbone grip, which looks quite cool. The heel, where the air bubble is, it breaks away that design, and it's just normal rubber, I guess. So, and that goes quite high, that barrier all the way around the side goes quite high at the back even, so it's quite high all the way around, which is pretty good for protection, and even comes up quite high on that front lip. To me, the kind of the upper, the upper that kicks in a bit higher up even, is all genuine suede by the feels of it, which is good. And the stitching around the toe is all double stitched. That kind of reminds me of the stitching and toe edge of a Dunk. And then the leather part of the upper of the toe feels like tough leather as well, which is good. Sometimes Nike cheap out on the leather, but usually SB has good quality leather and suede, so that's good to see. Then you've got the red suede on the higher part of the upper there. There's a mesh grill on the side there, so that's completely see-through. I don't know if that comes across on the camera or not, but that's ventilation. There's actually something of a glue smear, or it might even be a scratch on that Nike swoosh on the side there, which is a bit disappointing to see for a fresh pair out the box. Funny, this side is like a raised bubble plastic, like rubber Nike swoosh that's been embroidered around the outside, and the inside one is just an embroidered swoosh. Am I that bothered about that damage? I don't know at the moment. We'll see, but it's not good for a brand new pair straight out the box. Okay, so the tops of the upper here, the side walls, not as padded as I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be quite thick. I suppose it is relatively thick for a skate shoe, but not as chunky thick as I thought they might be. What I'm personally comparing them to is the Jordan Stadium 90. I thought the whole design looks very similar to the Jordan Stadium 90. You know, that's an interesting thing in itself. They've got his name written in the side there as well, so that's the outside edge. There's a pull tag on the back and Nike SB. And the lace design is these kind of protected laces, so it has lace loops with the lace is pretty well protected, so they might last quite well in the sense of protection. The tongue is leather, or at least a leather outer lining part, protection there, and then a mesh tongue that is padded. So generally looks okay. Let's have a look inside. Let's get that out. Okay, there's these strange little plastic bars that go all the way up inside. I might have to do some close-ups for you because you're not really going to see, but inside there's these like bars that go up the side. So from the footbed, up the sidewall and over to the lace loops. And those lace loops, you can actually see it come through here. So these pieces that come up here, they go right down the side, and that's actually what you can see through the mesh. They go right down the side. I wonder if I shine some light in the mesh, whether it kind of shows up very well. You see those pieces here, they go down all the way to the footbed. So it seems like the whole thing comes up around the side of the shoe and then is pulled together with the lacing system. So that probably hugs your foot pretty well. Had some elastic straps to keep the tongue central. That's becoming pretty standard. The insole, if I can try and get that out. Don't know if it's glued down. No, it's not glued down. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so this Wairmax window is literally a window because the air unit is in the insole. Can you see that? That's weird. That's right in the insole. See that there? So yeah, that insole is quite strange. It feels very thick though, really thick in the heel, and the air unit is really squishy. So that's interesting. And even up to the front of the footbed, it feels really quite thick, fairly firm as well though. So I think these feel firmer than footprint insoles. So that's going to be interesting, sort of how squishy they feel. But they're a lot firmer than the footprint, but a lot thicker and more squishy in the heel. So heel protection is probably going to be quite significant. I'm going to try and show you the inside of the footbed where you can see those windows. So can you see inside? You see the little windows where the Wairmax, see my finger there where the Wairmax bubble window is. So that's really quite odd. And then maybe here you can see the kind of mesh mechanism, that there, that comes up and is actually into the lace loops. So that comes right up the side on the inside. The rest of the inside, I mean, it's all stitched footbed, like a cup sole usually is. I'm not surprised by any of that. And I guess all there is to do now is try them on. So let me put this insole back in, and I have got a foot cam down below so that you can see. See, there is a Nike SB sticker that has fallen out of the box. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's the first one. Pretty interesting. They are not as super comfy pillows as I thought they might be. Let's get number 2. Right, there we go. So looking at the foot cam, that's what they look like on foot. The grip is phenomenal. They are really super grippy, which, you know, is a good thing. That's ideal. So I'm just going to do a little kind of 360 for you. Pull up the leg of my jeans so you can see how they look on foot. Okay. The insoles themselves, I can feel there is good heel protection. I don't necessarily feel amazing foot protection in the front of the footbed. So right where I take the most impact if I'm jumping off a board is usually on, you know, the ball of my feet. So I go down, and rather than heels down, I go down sort of toes and ball of my foot. So I don't know whether that's going to be good enough for me for skating, but I'll find out. So that's the unboxing and kind of showing you the shoes. I guess really time will tell as to what they're like to skate, but I'm sure there'll be lots of videos that show up on YouTube about skating them. So that's the first part, and feel free to turn off there if you're not interested in my reasonings for taking a look at these. But I'm going to go through and talk about that, so let's get into that part. Right, so what are my reasonings for buying these shoes? Well, firstly, that I am forever buying shoes anyway. I'm a bit of a shoe freak, and anybody that knows me well will know that I just buy a lot of shoes. I'm really into them, and every time I see something that I like, I try and buy. You know, I'm into shoes anyway, but one thing I'm always searching for in skate shoes is something that is going to have really good impact protection, because my feet hurt a lot when I skate, and so I'm kind of constantly looking for something that's going to protect my feet in the sense of impact. Now, Ishod Wair, he is a street skater as far as I know. I could be completely wrong. I don't know much about him, but from what I can tell, he jumps down stair sets and things, and so the impact protection in these shoes is probably designed for that kind of a skater. But the impact protection is good in the sense that, you know, I need it for jumping out of things on vert ramps and bowls. When it gets a bit high and steep, it gets really painful on my feet jumping out of stuff into knee slides. So when you do a knee slide, that first step is pretty heavy impact down. Before you go into the knee slide, you take one step before you go, and the step is to break the impact, because you don't want impact on your knees. They won't last very long. For me, impact protection on the soles is a big deal, and therefore any shoes that are kind of claiming to be designed for that, I'm interested in. I was also interested in the whole idea of taking the Wairmax concept into skate shoes. I saw that the Air Jordan 4s were released, the Air Jordan 4 SB, they were released maybe a year or so ago, maybe a bit longer than that, and they had an air sole in them in the same way that these do. Jordan 4's not quite so big an air sole bubble as Wairmax. And looking at the insides now, the design of this is completely different from the Wairmax. You know, in an Wairmax, the air bubble sole is part of the footbed and outsole. On these, it's part of the inner sole, so it's a completely different design. It's just the fact that it's got a window there. I thought these might have a lot more midsole to them, but there doesn't really appear to be any midsole cushioning. Shoes that I like a lot tend to have a lot of midsole cushioning, where all of this area is like EVA foam, and this looks like it's EVA foam, but it's not. It's just rubber, so it's kind of armor on the outside rather than squishy EVA foam in the midsole. So if you're looking at these for a squishy midsole, I would say perhaps don't bother, because they don't have it. There's no squish in these at all, really. The only bit of squish is in the heel of the insole. They feel all right on the foot. They feel a bit tough and stiff, so they might take a bit of time to break in. They may well protect your feet pretty well from getting bashed around, but I don't know really whether they're going to be great impact protection for me. As I say, I like the squishy midsole, and these just don't have it. So maybe my reasons for buying them is slightly dashed in that sense. I don't know if I'm going to skate them or not, because they don't have that. I don't even know if I'm going to keep them. I may even return them. Not totally sure yet. I might wear them inside the house for a couple of hours and just see what I feel about that. But another reason I bought them, I like the look of them anyway, just as shoes. I tend to prefer to skate high tops at the moment, And these, I thought they were a bit higher perhaps. I thought they were kind of mid. They protect you sort of mid-level to a certain extent. What I like about high tops is the protection on the kind of ankle, the ball of your ankle that sort of sits in this pocket here. I bash that all the time, and so high tops really protect that for me. I don't know if these are going to do the job that I want in that sense either. And the other reason that I got them was because I had a coupon from Nike for my birthday that was recently, so I got like 25% off. So I thought it was worth a look. Hopefully that gives you kind of a first look like I had, an overview. If you're sort of debating whether to get them or not, maybe the info is useful to you. They look pretty well made, can't really deny that, but they may not be exactly what I was after. I may warm to them, we will see. But yeah, if you're after a squishy midsole, it's not these. Maybe I was over expecting on that. But as a comparison and what I thought they might be like, I have some DC shoes here. These are the DC Versatile, and they have a massive air bubble in them, and they have a squishy midsole, and they are leather and suede, and I really like them. And I have several pairs of these because I really like them, and I thought maybe the Nikes would be similar. They are not. So if you want something with a squishy midsole, a massive air bubble, nice grip, and leather and suede, maybe the DC Versatile are a bit better for you. They seem to be for me. So yeah, just as a comparison shoe perhaps. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I hope you found the video useful. And that was an unboxing and first look at the Nike SB Ishod Wair Air Max. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you're thinking of buying some of these, or if you've got them already and you really like them. Maybe you got the previous version and you really like those. I'm interested to know. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.